Well, debate over the legal future of IVF escalates after both Republican Tennessee Senators Marsha Blackburn and Bill Hagerty voted against the right to IVF bill, days after saying they support IVF access. This after the Southern Baptists, which have a strong influence in conservative politics, voted to oppose IVF at its annual convention. State Capitol reporter Tori Gessner explains what this could mean for Tennessee.
Some might call it deja vu. Senate Republicans first blocking a bill that would have protected access to contraception last week, now voting down legislation that would have done the same for IVF.
Not having voted in the affirmative, the motion is not agreed to.
Tennessee Senators Marsha Blackburn and Bill Hagerty voting against the right to IVF bill, despite saying they support the fertility treatment. Blackburn calling the legislation, quote, a fake messaging bill in a statement, arguing IVF is legal and available in every state across our nation.
Upside down so people cannot see how you voted.
It comes on the heels of the historic vote at the Southern Baptist Conference opposing IVF. The resolution doesn't ban the procedure, but it does send a strong message. Concerns over the legalities of IVF first gained national attention early this year after the Alabama Supreme Court decision ruling once a lab fertilizes an egg, it's considered a living child, and destroying that embryo could be considered wrongful death.
If what happened in Alabama happened in Tennessee, and I was in the process, that we were in a couple months ago, it would have been a completely different experience.
Kelly Nowers shared her IVF journey with Tennessee lawmakers earlier this year, advocating for a bill that would have protected IVF and birth control in the state. It ultimately failed for similar reasons as the Right to IVF Act in Washington, raising more questions about the future of IVF in Tennessee.
What that means about my future kids, my friends who might, want to start a family and this being their only option, what that means about the embryos that we have in the state.
Reporting in Nashville, I'm Tori Gessner.
Now, before Republican senators blocked the Democrats' bill that would have protected IVF access, the Democrats blocked a GOP-backed bill that would have denied Medicaid funding to states that ban IVF.